is like a fertile land where ideas fail to take proper shape without proper care and nurture. Once our co-founders, Mr. Amit Mishra and Mr. Shishir Miglani, understood this fact, they came together for the initiative for Kidspreneur. We at Kidspreneur nurture mindsets by making them future ready, by exposing young minds on hands-on management tools and tips, which in turn develops their leadership skills into the entrepreneurship abilities from a very young age. Today we have with us the two great minds behind this great initiative, Mr. Amit Mishra and Mr. Shishir Miglani. Mr. Shishir Miglani is a serial entrepreneur, technology proponent who believes technology will touch our lives in future in never thought before ways. He has executed some of the challenging technology solutions for government and enterprise alike. He has great interest in technology, education, and startup innovations. And along with Mr. Amit Mishra, he also leads Curatives Accelerate, which is the first accelerate to be recognized by the UP Startup IT policy. He has a vision to transform the future of education in ways not imagined before. Kidspreneur is just a start for him. Now, I would like to welcome you, Mr. Shishir, and we would like to hear something about Kidspreneur from you.
Thank you, Aditi. So Kidspreneur is a very immersive education support program, which we have built in for students for age group 10 plus onwards. We are trying to expand the program to a wider age group as well, slowly and gradually. The aim was to, so what we truly believe is that every kid has a unique capabilities and they have their unique specialization. And they are the most creative breed at this younger age. And we need a, so what we realized that we needed an education system which is very custom built for every kid, and so they can, which is very unique, custom built for these kids, so that their individual capabilities can be harnessed to a maximum utility. Kidspreneur was created with this vision only, and this is where Kidspreneur program focuses to bring out the individual's ability to innovate, to create enterprising solutions, to have an entrepreneurial mindset on it. And we are skilling them on a very focused life skill hack, very focused entrepreneurship skilling tools, so that they can build on a better and promising future with more ease, with more structured solutions, with more better tools to solve those problems rather than the face. We feel with time, education system has developed very rapidly and very progressively, and yet there is a gap where these students would need supporting life hacks, supporting tools to build their innovation, build their thought process, and somebody who can trust them, trust on these young minds that they can build promising solutions and promising innovation. That's what Kidspreneur is all about. We teach them, we skill them, we ask them to pitch, and then we invest our money and time with them so that these ideas are brought to life. And if students want to take these ideas to real life and do an enterprising thing, yes, why not? Me and Amit are there with our accelerator waiting for them to join.
That looks like a very promising initiative. We also have Mr. Amit Mishra with us. He donned several hats as an entrepreneur and enabler in the startup ecosystem. In his previous stint with international players like F6S UK and Sansan Japan, he has been instrumental in successful India market entry and engaging relevant stakeholders in the ecosystem. He also runs a state government supported accelerator in Noida called Curatives and building a personal CRM app called Outfluence. He is also a TEDx speaker and was strategically involved with some of the renowned startup reality TV shows in India. I welcome you, sir.
Thank you so much, Aditi.
So today we are here to discuss something about entrepreneurs and startups. My first question would be to you, Mr. Amit. Entrepreneurship and startup are two words that are usually confused and people are not able to distinguish between them. How would we differentiate between them?
So I think this has, these words have taken a little more importance in the last 6 years or so, thanks to our Prime Minister who started this entire Startup India campaign. Entrepreneurship has been there for generations and generations. Everybody who started something on their own is an entrepreneur. And I think that's the main I would say definition around entrepreneurship, that anything which you do to earn your bread and butter is entrepreneurship. And this could be any kind, so you could be a technology entrepreneur, you could be somebody who is selling your services, or you could be somebody who is doing retail like a normal kirana store. On the other hand, a startup is usually a company which has started uh, on a different scale altogether. So startup use technology as an enabler so that they can scale faster than everybody else. That's in my opinion, that's the definition. And the way people are looking at startups right now, I think now people have confused entrepreneurship and startups they think that both of these things are the same. Entrepreneur could run a business which is a boutique business, as I say. So they probably will be earning, let's say, 2 lakhs a month, and they're still happy with that. Whereas in a startup would look at a hockey stick growth. When I say hockey stick, basically you run for a certain time and then the expectation is that you will grow just like that, right? So startups are expected that using technology you can reach out to more and more people, which is not possible if you have a brick and mortar business, right? So that's the core difference according to me.
So I remember in my childhood when I didn't know the difference between entrepreneurship and startups and businessmen. I used to believe an entrepreneur and a normal businessman is the same thing. Like my father is a businessman, so I used to say that my father is an entrepreneur when I had heard this word for the first time. And I don't remember who, but there was this person who told me that any businessman cannot be an entrepreneur. An entrepreneur is a person who's actually, working on some different ideas, new ideas, maybe. That's somewhere I got confused, and I felt that this is a question that many people must be looking for answers to.
Sure.
Yeah. So I have another question for you. Why should people try their shot at starting a startup when they can simply earn good money by working in some company?
So these are different motivation which motivates or pushes somebody to start. My first startup was, I think, more of an accident rather than a planned action. I was working with a company and I realized that I'm not happy with the way they are working, and it's not matching with my temperament. So I took that plunge and reached out to an ex-colleague, and then we started a company together. This was way back in 2010. So and then there could be somebody who probably have planned it, saying that I want to change lives, I want to contribute to the society, or I have this idea which I want to implement. So there is a no boss rule, there is change the world rule. People like me who do these things for accidents. So there are different motivations, but ultimately, uh, it's like being an addict also. Uh, Entrepreneurship is something which when you're addicted to it, you will start doing it. So you probably will do a startup, realize it's not working, you will take a break. But I can 100% assure you that the guy or the person will return to entrepreneurship again. So startup, that's a different kind of adrenaline rush which running a company gives to you. So I think that's the real kick which everybody gets when they're doing a startup. And I love entrepreneurs for that reason. I think that's a lot of passion which comes out of it when you're doing something for your own, rather than working for somebody else.
That's great. Now we have a question for you, Mr. Shishir. When startups are started, some of them fail. What can be the reason behind this?
Oh, that's an interesting question, and this has been one of the most commonly asked questions as well. The failure rates of startup is immensely high. Not all good things people start reach to their zenith and get the accolade they deserve. मगर इसका सिंपल आंसर मैं कहूँगा कि एक खाने को एक to have a very good dish, you need to have a very balanced ingredient. Whenever this balance is distorted or destroyed, or by some accident or by some mismanagement, this balance goes haywire, the startup fails. Most of the startups fail because possibly what is said is lack of funding as well. But for me, it's like a balancing funding, collaboration, teamwork, ability to gather resources. Some have very good ideas, but they're not very strong in execution. Some are very good in execution, but they do not have a vision to lead their entire team to. So a lot of things and a lot of spices get into this new dish called a startup business. And whenever this balance goes haywire, those are startups fail. This is the most easiest and simplified way I can put this.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Also, why is it important for kids to be taught about entrepreneurship at such a small age when they can be taught all of this even at a later stage when they're more conscious about their future fields?
Okay, why kids? Yes. We may be surprised, but as we grow, our creativity falls rapidly. We are at our creative best when we are young because we are not wearing any specs of our notions or are not blinded by our previous experiences. We just find a problem and have energies to go and solve it, like without any inhibition, without any worry of failure. That's how a kid starts walking. We don't teach him to start walking. He just sees everyone walking and he starts grabbing things, trying to get up and do stuff. That's where their creativity kicks in. This is at the peak when they are in their teens, and as and when they grow, it drops rapidly, as high as 86% as well, to a certain extent. And that's where, when their creativity is at the peak, it's the best time to capture and harness and reshape that energy into more constructive things. If you can give them defined tools, they can probably use it in much better way. So at times, failure is a very good lesson and learning for you, but you need not to fail all the time. At least on the already proven things, you can just save a lot of your time not failing and learning from other failures. And this is what we're trying to do: provide these tools for the kids so that they can innovate faster, they can grow their ideas faster, they can test their ideas faster without failing all the time. They can fail on the iteration on the workbook or on their meetings with their teammates, and they need not lose precious time they have in their life. And that is the aim of the Kidspreneur. That's why we capture them very young, we get them and train them very young, and then we even trust at those young age by investing almost like $1,000 per team every year from every school, and let them fail. That money is of the only value of this money is that these kids get a chance to fail without our cost of their parents or without the worry of their peers and anybody else. We just welcome their failures.
Those were very great insights, and I believe many of us didn't know about these facts. Now, I have a question for you, Mr. Amit. When entrepreneurship and innovation are so important, do you think that there are any ways that government can play to promote these things?
So I think government has been doing their bit, and thanks to the entire Startup India, Stand Up India campaign, it has become normal to start, and there is a support from family also. I remember when I started, there was no support. My family, I come from a family of people who have been in jobs for generations. So for somebody who had to convince, or just to tell that I want to do something different than whatever else has been done, I think that took time. But the good part is, me and my brother became benchmark for everybody else. So now a lot of my cousins and family members have become entrepreneurs, looking at us as an example. So I think this has changed. Government has a lot of interesting policies around it. Uh, One thing which I know, probably I'm little digressing from the question, Aditi, but I wanted to just point out that uh, I think our experience also say that people think that I can't do startup because I don't have XYZ resources, or I don't come from a business family, or I don't know how to even speak English for that matter. It doesn't really matter, because ultimately, if you are a smart person, if you're somebody who is passionate about that idea, you would achieve what you want to achieve. It will probably take little longer, but these are facts. So Jack Ma and Vijay Shekhar Sharma of Paytm, these are two big examples both of them had challenges with English as a language, and when they started their career. But right now they are the epitome when it comes to startups in the world, right? So it is just you as a person who has to push. I think government will come as an enabler. Accelerators, incubators, VCs are just again enablers. It's ultimately you as an entrepreneur who has to take that baton and say that, you know, I will win the world with my idea, right? So I think that's what I think I should leave all the entrepreneurs who are listening.
I think such examples as quoted by you will motivate other kids out there, and that might just motivate them to come up with such ideas that might even help them in startups. It would be great, Mr. Shishir, if you could also share your views on the same.
Okay, so government is the prime stakeholder here. When it comes to nation building, when it comes to the building of us, India as a nation, and being a prime stakeholder, they have the biggest responsibility, and they are coming up nicely on this front. I think past few years, a lot of state governments have taken very strong initiative in bringing entrepreneurship in regular curriculum. Delhi government has led this way and opened up a new path for a lot of other governments to follow. And I think these kind of learning will help a lot of children to think in an innovative way, to think of solving their problems in a more structured way. And this is where government's role is a very prime role. And they are doing, I think, a tremendously good job, though they can do way better in enabling and delivering these systems to the grassroots. But we all understand India is a big country, and a lot of people like us as stakeholders have to play a very strong role here. And a lot of people are coming in there. So yeah, government as a stakeholder and as an enabler is definitely helping a lot of public stakeholders like us, accelerators, NGOs, skilling companies who are coming up in imparting this skilling and learning to the students as well. Of course, baki to chali raha hai, to senior startups and other innovations, but to kids level, it's something new, and it is something which has a very big future, because a lot of our students come from rural areas, and when they get into these habits, their mind starts working into a different tune. They start learning a lot of new things. They open up their mind structure, and then they want to build something. They want to get into an information highway and try to see a lot of successful entrepreneurs, and they want to achieve their success, and this just paves the way for them. As a government, yes, being the biggest enabler and the stakeholder, they are pretty much helping a lot of people like us to come up front and execute our ideas.
So I hope that the government will one day be successful in promoting all this. I thank you very much, Mr. Shishir and Mr. Amit, for giving us all this informative knowledge and ideas to motivate kids during this time, and imparting all the knowledge about entrepreneurship and startups to all of us.
Thank you so much, Aditi.
Thank you for having us, Aditi. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Before we end today's session, I would like to introduce all of you to an initiative, which is Kids Life by Kidspreneur, which is also an effort to help parents and kids alike to stay engaged amid this unfortunate lockdown situation. These testing times have actually created a vacuum and forced us to face times that we never dreamt of. Engaging kids has become quite an effort, who are forced to stay inside their homes 24/7. This initiative, like many others, may help you in keeping your child engaged. At the end, I would like to sum up who Kidspreneur actually is. They skill, they motivate, and they invest in teams with promising ideas without the fear of future. They believe that they must prepare kids for failure as a part of the journey, and the success will follow them. Thank you all of you for joining us.